guys, welcome back to the Cutting Up Classics YouTube channel. Back here on Princess today. Gonna work on the tailgate. We have some other developments. Some side trims on. There's a hood on it. Hey, look at that. You won't get any bugs in your teeth. That needs cleaned, but the guys came by yesterday and slapped that in for me. Fits really good, actually. So we're gonna keep picking away, guys. We're gonna get, hopefully get this assembled, get the rollers and all that stuff in it for the glass, probably get some trim snapped in it, all that stuff. Dropping things. Working right now on the key locks. So I want to powder coat these. We've experimented with painting them. Doesn't work, it chips off. So I'm gonna see, this is an extra one. I'm gonna see, I've been told these rings pop off here, but the way that it's pressed on there, I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. If not, I'm gonna take my time and cut out around the actual lock itself and just leave the ring, and I'll sandblast it real lightly, and then I will powder coat this, and then I'll peel everything off and bake one of them and see what it does. It should work. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. Pretty sure on my first gen, my 93 Cummins I had, we painted them and they came off right away, or the guy who painted the truck painted them and they came off right away, and I made him redo them and he powder coated them, but, well, he says he did. I'm not sure I trust anything that guy did. So, another story. We're gonna try this. So let's sit down here and see if we can pick one of these apart. So yesterday I picked up all the hardware for the door handles. They're normally riveted on. We're gonna try and bolt them. I got some button head Allens and we powder coated those. Yeah, there's no way this is gonna pop off there. Not without destroying it. And I'm sure they do. I mean, I know they come off. They have to. They were put on there. But I'm not going to spend a bunch of time and destroy these to, yeah, to do it. You're going to have to walk the edge off that from the looks of it. Maybe there's an easier way. Somebody can tell me after I get these done. So I think what I'll do is I'll take some yellow tape, and like I just did there, that pushes down inside of there. So I'll probably just take and roll a piece of tape right against that, or put it right against the edge, and then we'll cut it with my knife. Tuck it down in there real good, and I'll just lightly sandblast these, and we'll go from there. So see what happens. All right, these are taped up, so here goes nothing. All right, guys, welcome to my powder coating dungeon. Can't wait for this big turd to be off my table. I think the last part is supposed to be here. Well, actually, I think it is here. I'm gonna maybe go pick it up today. I'll find out if it's at the shop or not. But I wrapped the bodies of these so we don't get any powder in those. Like I said, I'm just gonna lightly dust the tops of them. I got a couple other little things here too we're gonna do. So I'll get these hanging and make them black. Beautiful. Okay, so here. Grab that side, I'll grab this side. Where's Kamada? Not Hada. I'm in the way. Yeah. Okay. Watch out for those. Grab that sweatshirt, Andy, and pull that. There you go. Well, yeah, leave it on there. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Should probably have.
I'm too high.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me get one started so it stops. Wow. How do you look? Okay.
I got a big gap.
All right, guys, done a pretty crappy job of keeping you up to date today. So here we are. Tailgate is attached. Working on getting it to latch. I had to make a shim here because I didn't have enough. So had a couple of these shims from when we took it apart, and not enough of them. For some reason, tailgate is pretty centered. Actually, the lines line up really well, but the latch on this side is pulled in just a little bit. Now, we did, or are, trying to use as much factory equipment on this truck as we can. This tailgate is not. The tailgate, both tailgates I had were completely rotten underneath, and the better of the two looked like a banana. It was pretty twisted. So took a gamble and bought an aftermarket one, and actually fits really well, other than this little hiccup, which I don't think is really a hiccup. They need to be shimmed. I think they get shimmed quite often anyway for these latches. So just trying to get, wow, just trying to get this sitting in here so I can get it to close like it's supposed to. And then we will powder coat those shims so they're nice and pretty like the rest of it. And you won't really notice them. Right now they're just ugly. And even the ones that were in it weren't powder coated, so don't know if it's gonna shut or not. So we're gonna try. So maybe it's not a shimming issue. This latch is not acting right. Acts to me like it needs to come way up the strike, and I can't. The strike is where the strike is. Like, it's as far up as it can go. So this is kind of what I was fighting earlier. It feels like it's diving into the latch too soon, but right, we'll take it up a little bit. Not sure if it's enough, but we'll see here. Shut you guys in again. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Now this one's acting like it needs to push out a little bit, but there is no seal in that, so I think the seal is going to take up that extra squish, I think. So we'll get the seal put in there. Yeah, and actually find out. Everything's all nice and tight in there, but for an aftermarket part, that tailgate actually fits and lines up pretty darn good. pretty good. Tripping over parts. Need to go get a piece for that key latch. I forgot. Got to get a E-clip for that, but those don't look too bad being powder coated. I put the keys back in the box so I don't lose them in the bag with the rest of them, but works pretty good. So over here somewhere now, I was just thinking, I have in the pile of my parts, I have. Oh man, look at that. Just look at it. Just look at it. Anyway, in here, I think, yeah, right there. Right there. There's that piece. So I have one finished taillight surround that goes around the plastic, around the taillight there, the metal piece. I have one of those laying there. I was hoping to get door latches on this thing today, but that tailgate proved to be a pain in my butt. But this, I have one factory one and I had to buy an aftermarket one because my other one was munched up pretty good. So that goes on there. Might see I have a couple screws. We'll get this cleaned up and get it put on there. I do have these two pieces all powder coated, but as you can see, there's no pins on there. So I actually bought the clips and the rivet gun, not the rivet gun, the rivets to put all that trim on there. So what we'll do is we'll lay some tape out along the edges and then mark them out, drill them with the tape on it real carefully, pop rivet them on there and get that trim on there too. So just trying to get loose parts that are floating around put in. So I'll get this taillight surround here cleaned up. Let's get it put on. Well guys, all in all, I think it was a productive day. I stopped the clips that they sell, the company I bought everything from, the clips they sell for this trim, not right. So I found the right ones. I'm gonna get them ordered, probably be a week or so, but I put the trim back, wrapped it up. It's no big deal. Just trying to keep things going. What we could, get some of that stuff, like I said, off the floor, not off the floor, off the shelf, whatever, but man, this place is still packed. Got parts everywhere. It's kind of overwhelming. So I do have a rear bumper for this, a good one, factory one. It'll get powder coated along with all the brackets. So here pretty soon, I'll get that dropped off. We can get that put on. We'll get the seals put on. I'll probably drop the tire carrier off and everything at the same time. So this whole kit and caboodle here will be done. We'll get windows tinted here pretty quick. I'll get those dropped off. Haven't had time to do that. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day there. I've got customer's truck outside, buddy's Jeep, and I think we're gonna work on that tomorrow. Normally don't work on customer stuff on the weekends, but wanna try and get this done for him, get it in and out. We did a little tuning on it today. It's got a 350 Sniper. Did a little tuning on that. I'll go over to that a little bit when we get a video on that one. So like always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. Just leave a comment. Make sure that notification bell is on when you do subscribe. That way you don't miss anything. Always got stuff going on here. 67 Fastback, the Evanor car, Princess here, the Jeep, the van, the Ego Boost van, which you guys have kind of seen a little bit. If you paid attention, there was a short on that. So I've got a video probably out already on that. We got another truck outside, a 59 big window Apache that's got to come in here. So lots going on, guys, like always. So yeah, make sure that notification bell is on so you don't miss any of the action. Thanks for stopping by the Cutting Up Classics YouTube channel. Until next time, keep building awesome stuff. Later, guys.